Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about Batman White Knight presents Red Hood. So this is the fifth installment into the White Knight series. Obviously starting with White Knight, Curse of the White Knight, then we had Harley Quinn, and then we have Batman Beyond the White Knight. Now I've not even finished Batman Beyond the White Knight, and we're on to the next one already with Red Hood. And I, I, I am actually amazed at how quickly this series is expanding. I feel like it was only this year, it's got to have only been a couple of years ago, that the White Knight was originally released. I remember it being released. I remember reading it thinking, wow, Sean Murphy has done an incredible job with this. And I know there was a potential pitch for it to become the new kind of Dark Knight, the Frank Miller's Dark Knight of the 80s, where I think they wanted a universe out of that. They tried to do a little bit a couple of years ago with the Dark Knight 3, and it really didn't work. I was bored with that one. I was bored with the second one. So, no, it wasn't going to work. Whereas this one, it's actually incredibly well written. And Sean Murphy has been very open about the fact that, I think it was on Twitter, Instagram, and everything, he was talking about the fact that this is going to be a universe, and he wants to kind of set things up and actually have other people join in. So that's where we had Harley Quinn come in as one of the first non-Sean Murphy written books set in the universe. Now, Red Hood is written by Sean Murphy. Yeah, I mean, the script is by Sean Murphy. Sorry, the story is by Sean Murphy. The script is by Clay McCormack. So it seems like we're moving in the direction of Sean Murphy has this kind of overall plan, and he wants to push things in that general direction. And I will say that the Red Hood starts in a way that you really do expect it to start. It starts with Jason Todd being tortured by Joker. And that's pretty much where you'd expect like Red Hood to come in pretty much straight away after that. But no, this takes a slightly different turn, as everything has done with the White Knight stuff. And I actually really enjoyed the fact that they've created a new Robin, which, fine. I think she's a relatively young girl called, was it Gan? God, I can't remember where she's from. I say where she's from. I can't even remember what it says. Was it Meet the Bold One or something like that? But it's an interesting take in the fact that you've got a young girl actually playing Robin, and she's trying to help out Gotham as much as she can. Batman is somewhere out there, but it seems to be nothing to do with this comic at all. And I really appreciate the fact that this is actually kind of like a sort of like a Batman Beyond, but with Red Hood. You've got the Jason Todd character, who is down and out, completely just like his life is ruined kind of thing, and he meets Gan as Robin and realizes that she's in far too deep, and has that kind of moment of realization where he's like, I need to help her. And obviously that develops the sort of relationship that he's going to become her trainer. And it's just a really interesting concept, and I'm really excited by that. We've seen Red Hood as being quite a violent character that's very much a sort of vigilante way of thinking of things. Bad guy does this, I eliminate bad guy, job done. He's that hard-lined version of Batman, but uses guns. And to see him as a more emotional kind of mentor, I think is a really interesting take on the Jason Todd character, and it's something that I think definitely could have been played around with. He knows how he felt by Bruce essentially neglecting him to the point where he gave Bruce up when he was being tortured by Joker, and he doesn't ever want to put someone in that kind of situation again. So I'm all in on this. I really am, because it looks, obviously, as everything does, it looks fantastic with a lot of the White Knight stuff. Like I said, the Robin, she does look young-ish, so it does kind of fit the Batman ethos of Robin being quite a young person that maybe is a little bit over their head, you know, a little bit cocky. And I love the fact that Jason Todd within this first issue is really kind of pushing her to her limits. You know, there's a moment in here where he's asking her to jump off of a building, and she's like, no, I can't, I don't deal with heights. And so he's trying to teach her to do it sort of a little bit at a time, and she's terrified of even being like a meter off the ground, and it's really quite amusing, and it's something we haven't seen too much of within the White Knight sort of universe, that kind of humour. But yeah, just a couple of little panels there, but it really does work well, and I'm really interested to see where this goes. Obviously I was a little bit late, so I already have issue 2, so I'll be looking forward to reading that and seeing where this goes. And obviously I'm really hoping that the White Knight series continues to be good, because I don't want it to fizzle out, and I don't want it to kind of just either stop. Well, I'd prefer it to stop on a high, to be honest. Let's face that. But I don't want it to develop over the course of time, and for it to actually just dwindle. You know, I don't want it to reduce in its quality. And I have faith in Sean Murphy, because so far so good. Everything that has been released in the universe has been incredible, and I really do think it benefits from having that black label. I wasn't even entirely sure if the black label was still going, to be honest, but there it is. I don't know if you can even see that. The black label is still going, so hopefully that continues, because I really do appreciate these kind of more adult storylines for the DC Comics. But we'll see where things go. But if you guys have read any of the White Knight universe, whether that be the first one, or if it's even up to Red Hood, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it really does help me out, and I'll see you all in the next video.